Hey everyone, and we are going to look at some of the greatest changes ever to a game. Here is the new pathing in Planet Coaster 2. This footage is right from the live stream of the Frontier Unlocked on the 31st of July, or just a couple hours ago, or minutes I should say, and we are going to look at the brand new building tool for pathing. I'm going to keep this running for a second so you see something already truly mind-blowing. So I have to put it in context. First of all, you may or may not be used to the pathing tool in Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo. I'm gonna pause it here because we need to go through the menu in a second. This is by far a very advanced tool, but a not really great tool. We all have been complaining about the pathing tool in those two games for over 8 years now, and sure, you could do a lot with them, but you couldn't do everything. And when they said they have done a new pathing in this game, and we've seen it in action, the pathing in action in the demo, we were already curious to see how it's gonna work. I have not expected what we are seeing here. Not only that you can draw simply things like you've just seen a second ago. Let's just rewind that, okay, and do that again. They basically just shape like how you make shapes in paint or something, and release it, and bam, you've got a plaza. And it's gonna get better. Don't worry, guys. This video is gonna blow your mind constantly, okay? Before I will do more like in here, you can see, you can just drag the path like you're used to and just make it something like that. But you can also easily draw things to it. You can cluster things to it. You can make plazas. You can make the line tool. You can have the classic pathing over here, as you can see. Or you have a stamp tool where you can just look at the different shapes we have over here. Square and what is that? 6. Blah blah, I have no idea, octa, whatever. No, that's not the one. That's, I don't know, trapeze. I don't know how to call these shapes, whatever. Like you can stamp the size and then you can easily just click them down. And now this is something you can see over here. They just intersect with the original part as if nothing was easier. And this is so simple and seems to work flawlessly, okay? That is absolutely mind-blowing. But if you think that this is mind-blowing, let me go a little bit back in the footage and show you something more ridiculous. Now you see this plaza in front of here, and then just kind of grab a flat right. By the way, I'm gonna make a different video about everything in this live stream. It's just too much. I want to talk about the pathing first in this video. They just take this flat right, and now look what happens. They just put it down on the plaza, and in a second you will see that basically it's gonna be part of the plaza, and it's working. It's like you don't even need to build your open spaces anymore. You can just plop things on top of it, and it's part of it. And just to make this very obvious, if they plop down things that have already a blueprint, you can see the entrance and exit over here, just quickly pausing. They are connected, and people can now go on top of the ride. And even better, you now have something in this game that will also blow your mind. And I'm gonna go back to the second coaster they plop down over here. Let me just do that. And there you go. You've got a coaster. Wait a sec. Before they plop it down, look at that. You can see the outline of the path already. So yes, you can include your pathing in existing blueprints, which is a never seen before feature. You've never had that in any other Planet game, and it's not possible, but now it is. You have your existing path network in here. Remember sharing coasters in the past? How tedious and annoying it was to fill in the gaps where people thought the path should go. And if you know how much of a deal breaker it was to actually get this look right, it was basically impossible to do that again once you have downloaded a blueprint from someone. Well, now it just comes with it. And before you think that's all, look at how this is basically tucked to the side of the ride, the path. Normally, that would not work, because in Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, now you would get the mistake or like an error message that it is not like it's, you know, intersecting with the path. But look what happens now. They just go here, look for a spot. Oh yeah, that is nice. And now click, it's on, it's working. And it automatically creates, even with, I mean, look at that, even with the railing attached to the ground and the, I hope you can hear my excitement. I'm really searching for words, guys. This is absurdly great, and I'm just gonna go back here to the pathing again so you can see that, because we need to go through the menu in a second, because there's so much to discover. But my wildest dreams have been exceeded with this. My wildest dreams have been exceeded. It is absolutely crazy. So before we see more of that, let me just quickly pause the game and go through the menu with you guys. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, but I'm so excited. This is the new pathing tool, and you can see, let's start on the top. There is a, well, edit mode, I guess. Then you've got a color mode. They show that in a second, so we will go over here. This seems to be like path elements, obviously, like bins and benches, blah, 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 and a bulldozer mode. These two weren't shown, so don't expect them to be on screen in a second. But now look at these different tools, and I can only assume what they mean because they didn't go through all of them. But first things first, this is the line builder that you've just seen in action. And then we have the classic piece-by-piece building. This is the shape building that you've seen. This is the stamp tool that we've already seen. And not sure what these three ones are. This looks like smoothing edges, almost like the little cheat we always used. That, you know, smoothing edges wasn't a feature, but it almost looks like this is made a feature now. Like, for those of you who don't know, when you have an edge like this here in the center, you could just try to attach another piece of path, and then you just delete the piece again, and then the game would have leveled out the pathing. So that was like a little cheat that we used over all the times, but that's like kind of crazy. But you can also see the different options down here. The line style is curve. The terrain style is automatic, so I'm assuming that tunneling and stuff will come back. The connection is square, which is very interesting. Not sure what you can change there. The line width is 4 meters. So people were saying, oh my god, it's 4 meters is already the lowest we can get. Well, fear not. That's definitely not the case, because you can just basically draw something smaller. And I've seen a lot of paths in this build that are smaller, and not only queues. They basically revealed that themselves. So not sure why the line tool is always 4 meters. It's definitely not required anymore. You'll see that in a second. Fixed lengths obviously is off. That means you can drag them out, which is also completely new. In the past, you always needed to click, all these things, so whatever. Then down here, camera will follow, okay? Then we've got an angle snap. We've got a length snap. We've got priority, which I'm not even sure what that means. Means like, I guess this means that this will be on top of the other one. And if not, might be below the other one, I guess. The working height is also interesting. So that means we can basically use the same tool on elevated as well. And you can see there's a height snap for a meter, but it can definitely go lower, which is interesting. So let's keep on watching, because again, they will show more tools. And you can see there we have the classic path. And then looking at the classic path, obviously some options are gone. Then we've got the stamp builder, and in here you can see the stamp size is now at 1, which seems to equal 4 by 4, by the way. We've got a rotation snap. We're gonna have the point snapping, and with a stamp grid that we can either enable or disable. Interesting. So this is definitely interesting to see. And now they click them on a supposedly now 8x8 scale, I guess this is. And then you can see how they are plopped down, the different ones, which I really think is looking super phenomenal. The fact that you can do this easy is beyond me. But now you can also see there are the different pathing styles. You have different path. And now, just stop that over here. We can now finally edit the texture itself. Look, we have got this jazzy mosaic path, and in the past, we've been limited to taking the texture how it was, or we had to do it ourselves. Now we can even take the path and rearrange the different colors on it, which is so great because it will make one texture much more versatile to become so much more. Like, it's really, I remember that half of the things we've seen are these things I have mentioned a bajillion times, and alongside me, so many other creators too. And I'm very glad to see that they not only seem to have listened to us, but they actually went even further. And now you can see over here, look at these insane plazas that they've built with the tool. And you can see they basically, first of all, drew out this huge area, and then they put another path on top of it. So, and you can see the people just moving fine across it. So you can actually use the pathing tool also as like a simple drawing option, almost like guys, I might seem like a complete idiot now for those of you who have not played the Planet games before, and you're like, what is this guy even talking about? But you cannot even understand how much of a pain it was to build pathing in Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo. Not only that they improved upon the system that they had, it's a radically, completely revolutionized system that allows you now to build pathing exactly the way you want. You can now basically build your park and then just completely draw your freaking plazas in between, easy as you go. Okay, one last thing I want to show you real quick is one of the biggest bombs they dropped, and it's kind of part of the pathing too. Now, if you take a blueprint, for example, and you want to plop it down, boom, with a pool, with everything, inside of a path, everything in the blueprint is placed down. Not only including path, but also path elements, like bins and benches and beach chairs and the stairs leading up to the slide itself, and just like, I don't know, but that is ridiculous. And also, as you can tell, this is really crazy how it looks in here. The only thing I'm still a little bit confused about is the lack of options to disable the, it seems like, curb over here. I mean, it all would look so much better if the curb would be able to be disabled. So not sure if it can, maybe I missed something in here in the tool itself, because there was no option to turn off curbs or so. Maybe it was in the, let's have a look if that was in the painting tool. If there's anything in here, colors, jazzy, mosaic, it still has the curb, but I'm not worrying too much. Maybe there is a way to disable them later on, they just didn't show. But hey, I mean, in total, I couldn't be more happy with this pathing. I mean, generally, you can see how the park is laid out. It already looked pretty stunning, and I already said that this is relatively hard to achieve, and now we all know it basically is impossible to achieve. I really want to test myself how you build race paths, as I said. This may be the last little bit of concern I have to see how that works. But other than that, I am beyond excited. I have not expected this. This is better than anything I've expected. And there's so much more we need to talk about, but we'll do that in other videos. So let's do that in another video. For now, this is it. The new pathing, you've seen it all now. It is amazing. And if you want to know more about this game and the content reveal we just had, keep your eyes peeled to the channel. There will be more out there soon. So enjoy, guys, and have a nice time. Also, by the way, if you are not subscribed yet, what the hell are you doing? Do it, and then come back and let's watch more Planet Coaster 2 stuff. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.